For today's sister conversation, we're going to talk about how to destroy mindset blocks. Hey sis, I'm LaKitia, your sister coach, and also the founder of A Sister's Truth. And here at A Sister's Truth, we help women to discover, define, and live their truth for manifesting a courageous life without limits. And as your sister coach, it is my job to make sure that you have the tools and the encouragement needed to stay true to yourself for a purpose-driven life. And so for today's sister conversation, we're going to talk about how to destroy mindset blocks, because I'm going to give you some tools in this audio that is going to help you to live more purpose-driven, because mindset blocks is something that we all absolutely go through. Everybody who is listening to my voice, everybody that you lay your eyes on, everybody that walks past you that you do not know have mindset blocks. So before we jump into it, I just want to say this one thing to you. Stop taking it so personal every time you run into a mindset block. Why are you beating yourself up over it? Stop it. We all get them. It's okay. It's a part of life. Most times mindset blocks happen when we are on the right path, when we are getting close to achieving a goal or close to making a vision come into fruition, because the enemy wants to block you. And the way that he blocks you is by screwing up your mindset, hence the mindset blocks. So I just wanted to come on here and just talk about it today and talk about how we can destroy them, because mindset blocks are a part of growth, right? And we must make it a habit to use them as our advantage and not as a disadvantage. And I want to read to you a quick excerpt from my book, 31 Days of Truth, Manifest Your Passion, Power, and Perseverance, because I dedicate a whole day to destroying mindset blocks. And this is what my book says. Mindset blocks will happen in the worst and most inconvenient ways. You must persevere and push yourself through. You are the first line of defense. You guys, you are the first line of defense. And most of the time, mindset blocks happen when we're adventuring outside of our comfort zone. It happens because it's new territory and the unknown is scary. How true is that? Sit down and think about it for a moment. The last time that you had a mindset block, were you doing something new? Were you venturing out of your comfort zone? Did you decide to, apply for a completely different job? Or are you the person that likes to travel and just have a desire to live abroad? Are you someone who's ready to start a family, but you just have, some of the most scariest thoughts come through your mind? Or are you starting a business and have no idea if somebody would ever want to buy your product or invest in the service that you provide? What was going on around the time that you was having your mindset blocks? Because I can pretty much assure you that it was the time where you was going in a completely different direction, right? Or you was going against the norm. And when I say going against the norm, I mean the normal as it pertains to your inner circle, the people that you surround yourself with. And when you find yourself in having a mindset block, I want you to take a moment and ask yourself these particular questions, right? And you don't have to answer yourself, because they say that if you talk to yourself and you answer yourself, then you may be a little crazy. So if you want to just write these questions down and then write out your answers, then that's totally fine as well. But I want you to ask yourself these questions, because this is something that I personally do myself, where I find myself having a mindset block and I find myself paralyzed by fear, and so I'm stuck, right? And I have no idea why I'm feeling stuck or why I'm having this creative block or mindset block or whatever block I'm having at the time. Because let me tell you something. Another reason why we go through this is because there are so many doubts going on in our mind that we start to make this mountain out of a molehill. We talk ourselves out of a lot of things as well. Let me just go ahead and say it, right? Because sometimes we give the enemy too much credit. Now, I'm not saying that the enemy will not attack, because the enemy is always on attack, but sometimes we give him a little bit too much credit, and it's ourselves, it's us that's keeping us from moving forward. So the next time you find yourself, having a mindset block, I want you to ask yourself a couple of questions. The first question is, I want you to ask yourself, what exactly am I feeling right now? What exactly am I feeling right now? Because we go through so many different emotions, and sometimes all at the same time, that we don't know what it is that we're feeling. Are we scared? Are we happy? Are we excited? Are we nervous? Because sometimes our excitement, can be described as nervousness. But it's not necessarily your nerves are bad. It's just that you're so excited about the possibility of what can happen. So take a moment and ask yourself, what exactly am I feeling right now? Okay. And then ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? Why am I feeling this way? Am I pissed off at the moment? Yeah, I'm pissed off at this moment. So why am I pissed off? I'm pissed off because my husband came home and he didn't speak to me today. That pissed me off. Okay. So the next question is, what can I do to resolve this? Now, what can I do to stop feeling pissed off? I can go and I can talk to my husband. Hey, babe, you didn't speak to me today. What's going on? Oh, I'm sorry, boo. I just had a really bad day at work and my mind is just everywhere. I'm just not even here in the moment. I'm sorry, baby. Do you see how? And so once I get that explanation, now I'm no longer pissed off, because I realized that it wasn't about me. It wasn't him being mean and rude, and stank against me. It's just that, he's having a bad day, right? And we need to give each other room and space to make mistakes and be faulty. Because let me tell you something, it's hard being perfect in an imperfect world. We are all imperfect beings. So why should we expect for someone else to be 100% perfect? So now I'm no longer pissed, and now I'm understanding. And guess what? All those feelings and emotions of pissed off, being pissed off and mad has now, dissipated, because I have resolved the issue instead of festering in it and sitting in it and let it, turn and morph into something more, right? Instead of me being standoffish towards him because he came home and he didn't speak to me, I've resolved the issue. I know what's going on. Now I can provide him some support to get him back at his neutral level, because somebody has rocked his boat and, threw him off his game. This is what it's all about. So these are the questions that I want to ask yourself when you are running into a mindset block, because sometimes we go haywire in our heads because of all these different thoughts, because of all the different emotions that we have at one time, instead of just taking a moment, being in the moment, and figuring out what's going on, why am I feeling this way, and how can I get past it, right? So the next time that you're having a mindset block, I want you to sit back and ask yourself these 3 questions, and then come back, leave a comment in the comment section below to let me know how these asking and answering these questions have helped you out. And if you have any, tips on how to help all of us out on bursting through mindset blocks, leave them in the comment section below as well. I want this, to be a dialogue. This is not a one-way conversation. This is a dialogue. So definitely leave your comments, in the comment section below. Leave your questions below as well, because I will definitely answer your questions and make remarks to your comments as well. And it doesn't matter, what it is that you're going through or how you're feeling at this moment. I just want you to know that you are enough and your truth is beautiful. Hey sis, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to watch our video. I am so excited to let you know that we're going to be uploading new videos every week to give you the tools, the encouragement, the motivation, the inspiration that you need in order to live a courageous life without limits. So in order to stay connected with us, I need you to hit that subscribe button and also ring the bell so you can get notifications every single time we upload a new video. In the meantime, check out these videos right here, and until I see you again, always remember that you are enough and your truth is